Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel if you are new. Hello, my name is V. I post nail tutorials every Thursday and Sunday at 8:15 a.m. Central Time. For today's video, we are announcing the second place winner for the Draw My Nail Challenge. If you did miss out, I'm so sorry, but do not forget to subscribe and turn on your post notifications as I'm going to be doing tons of more giveaways throughout the month of December. That being said, congratulations to Sculpted Creations over on Instagram. I am so excited to be sending you the lucky winner, the Beyond Pro Rechargeable Nail E-File from Kiara Sky. This one is the unicorn one, so I'm really excited to be sending this out to you as it is my favorite. Congratulations again, you did an amazing job. I'm super excited to be recreating these nails. I hope you guys enjoy the video. Now let's get right into it. Getting right into today's video, I am starting off with my pre-prepped practice hand. For today's video, I am using the acrylic brush in a size 14 from Kiara Sky. Along with that, I am using their acrylic monomer. I am using their pure white all-in-one acrylic powder for our base. I'm going to be doing a very basic, simple acrylic application as we're going to be doing all the fun nail art on top with some gel paints. So I'm just going ahead and applying that, starting off in the middle section, working my way down towards the tip, and then working my way back up towards the cuticle. I like to do sort of a 3-bead method. Sometimes it could be more, sometimes it could be way more. So it kind of just depends on how well I apply it. But I basically start off with a medium-sized bead of acrylic, place that at the tip, and then I work my way up into the cuticle, still working with medium-sized beads. And then I just gently blend them into each other. The third bead does go in right under the cuticle. Holding the finger in a downward position, I'm going to gently push that product up and then start blending it down. And of course, always remember to clean up any overflow into that cuticle area. You want to try to avoid that, especially when working on clients, because that will cause lifting. So try to make the application as neat as possible and avoid that spillage. So again, I'm just patting that acrylic nicely into place. I did want to mention, white acrylics are a lot of the time the worst to work with when it comes to acrylic powders. I have had tons of questions about what is a good acrylic powder that is white that does not seem chalky. And I will say the Kiara Sky acrylic delivers. It is a little bit more on the dry side. However, once you apply just a little bit more monomer, once you lay it, it is super easy to work with, very blendable, extremely opaque, very bright white. And you can tell that I am not struggling with this product. So I'm just very carefully working with it. It does take a little bit more time than any other color, of course, but it is still very easy to work with. Now I'm taking the clear acrylic from Kiara Sky and we're going to be encapsulating these nails. I personally prefer to do this with all my acrylic application. It just saves a little bit of product when it comes to working with thinner layers of colored acrylic. So I like to lay it very thin and then I build up the thickness that I want and need, or the client requests, with the clear acrylic. I feel like clear acrylic is definitely a lot more affordable and you can buy it in bulk and just have it ready to use versus having to replace colored acrylics a lot more often. So if you are a new nail tech, I highly recommend using and trying this method. You will save a good amount of money. Once the acrylic is nice and dry, I'm taking my Kiara Sky Efile. This one is the unicorn one. I have her at a speed of about 10 to 11,000 RPMs. Along with that, I'm using my go-to all-time favorite 5-in-1 bit from their website. This one is the Rose Gold in Fine Grit. I'm just very quickly using that to finish file these nails, going around that cuticle area, making sure that the acrylic is nice and flush. And then I am going vertically up and down that surface of the nail, making sure everything is nice and smooth, removing any ridges or bulging acrylic or any lumps or imperfections, making sure that everything is super smooth. Once I'm done using my e-file, I'm moving on to my hand file. This one is their half moon one. They also have just the regular squared ones if you guys are interested in those. I am just quickly taking that, filing the sides of the nails, making sure that that shape is on point. A nice sturdy hand file is absolutely needed when it comes to shaping. I feel like all of these companies that I recommend to you guys have definitely stepped up their game when it comes to hand files. It is crucial, it is necessary, and it is a game changer. Highly recommend this one. It is super sturdy, very, very easy to work with. Again, just filing the sides, making sure that I am alternating from the left to the right, right to the left, and not over filing one side or the other. Now flipping the hand around to look at the nails from the client's perspective, I like to square off that tip. I feel like it gives me a better view and angle. Sometimes you will notice imperfections from this view versus the one that you typically work with. I definitely recommend doing this and inspecting from every other angle possible to ensure that the nails are as perfect as possible and that your client doesn't point out any imperfections. Now, very quickly, I'm taking the sponge buffer from Kiara Sky and we are going to be buffing these nails. This one is a little bit more on the coarse side, so definitely recommend if you have lots of ridges in that nail, this one is going to absolutely remove every single ridge left behind from your e-file. So again, very quickly, just going in on the surface of that nail. I'm taking the Kiara Sky Lint Free Wipes and I'm going to be cleaning the surface of the nail along with my practice hand. Absolutely love using this to remove all that excess dust. It works amazing. Definitely recommend it also if you're working on clients and you don't want them to get out of the chair. This makes for such an easy process. Now for our nail art, we are going to be using the gel art liners from Kiara Sky, both the first and the second collection. I'm kind of using a little bit of both. We're starting off using this really pretty vibrant red. This one is called Change of Art, and we are going to be using that for the tips. Of course, as you know, I'm going to be recreating that amazing drawing, and we are starting off with that tip. So I'm basically just drawing one straight line across horizontally, and then we are infilling the rest of that tip. Very, very simple. And I love that this color is super opaque, super vibrant, perfect for Christmas time. And of course, always remember to cure in the light whenever you feel it is necessary. I went ahead and did all of the red tips, and then I placed the hand into my rechargeable LED light from Kiara Sky. Placed it in there for a full minute. You want to make sure you are fully curing these gel paints. Now for our lettering, I am going to be using a very small amount of the black liner. And I'm just taking a nail art brush and carefully sketching that out. I wanted to be super perfectionist when it came to these letters, so I'm playing it safe and sketching it out first, and then we're going to be going in with the details. Now, I know it does take a little bit of time to kind of eyeball everything, but I promise you, in no time, you will be an expert. I think I have gotten it down to where I can kind of envision in my mind where it's going to be perfectly centered, and then I transfer that vision onto the nail, and for the most part I do pretty good. But just be patient with yourself, and I feel like in no time you're gonna be able to envision it as well. Now I'm going in back with that same red that we used, and I'm going to be doing the candy cane stripes. I briefly thought about using white as well, but with the white background from our acrylic, it makes for a more simple process, so we're just going to be adding the red stripes and leaving the white as it is. Super, super simple, of course, just slanted, and then trying to make them as even as possible. Once we're done with the stripes, we're going to be placing that in the light again for a full minute. Once we are out, I'm taking the black, and now we are going to deepen out those lines. So I'm taking the liner and darkening up the outline, and this helps almost just clean up that red as well. So you don't have to be super perfectionist when it comes to those stripes, because once you go over it with the black, it conceals all of those imperfections. Now with that same black gel liner, I'm going to be doing a skinny, simple line across on that red tip. And I do like to suggest ways of making your life a little bit easier. So for example, as you can see, the nail is extremely curved. So I want to make sure that I'm getting it all the way across nicely. You can see me angling the finger, essentially the nail, to my advantage. So I'm moving it wherever I need versus moving my hand with the paint. I don't know if that makes sense, but I hope it does, because it will definitely make all the difference when it comes to perfecting your nail art. Now we're going to be doing the little wreath. I thought this was super cute. So I am starting off with the green gel liner, and I am going to be doing basically again sketching out my base. And then we are adding the little grass. Very simple to do. Don't overthink it. I feel like the messier the better. So I'm basically just kind of dabbing my brush and stroking it at the same time. So it creates this little grass effect. And then we are going to be doing kind of a deeper tone green as well. So I'm going to be mixing that green with a little bit of black to add different shades of green, which I feel like really brings it to life. And then of course you could always add in a lighter shade, which I believe I did. Just grabbed the neon green one and mixed it a little bit in there as well, and that gives you the brighter green tones. Now I went ahead and cured that in the light for a full minute again, and once we are out of the light, I'm taking that same red gel paint we have been using, and we're going to be doing the tiny little bow. And I'm just starting off with one side, adding the ribbon, and then doing the other side as well. Now I went ahead and placed that under the light again, making sure everything is nice and cured. Now I'm going in with the Kiara Sky Velvet Matte Top Coat, and I am starting off by applying a thin layer of that over top of the nails. Now I quickly started to notice that the red was running on all over the place. So I quickly wiped it off. I didn't want to ruin anything, and I saw that it definitely transferred onto my lint-free wipe. So I am taking a little bit of alcohol with another lint-free wipe and just going over the surface and wiping it off. I have gotten tons of comments saying that the Kiara Sky gel liners do this, and I personally had never experienced it until today. So I don't know if I just didn't mix my gel paint or what, but I like to be super transparent with you guys and tell you guys how it is. So highly recommend just take a little bit of alcohol on a napkin or a lint-free wipe. Definitely suggest a lint-free wipe. Go ahead and remove that tacky layer, wipe it off a little bit, and then go in with your top coat and you should be good to go. So I'm just going in with the matte again, and as you can see, it is a lot better. Nothing is transferring, and we're gonna have a absolutely beautiful result. So I'm just lightly coating that surface of the nail, making sure you're really pressing that into the nail art and making sure that you are covering the entire surface. Placing that in the light for a full minute. Again, I like to do 2 minutes just to be safe and make sure that everything is fully cured. But that basically concludes today's video. Let me know what you guys think down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys learned a ton. Make sure to comment down below what you guys think of the outcome. And again, congratulations, girl. I will see you guys next time.